Hello, this is Grandmaster Ted Gambordella with tip number 8 about 10 things you need to know to win any fight in the street. Number 8, always be aware of your surroundings. Don't get yourself trapped in a corner, surrounded by the guy's friends, or in a position that you can't defend yourself. You know, one of the biggest problems you have fighting in the street or in the ring is putting yourself in a position where you can't defend yourself. And people say, well, you know, I get jumped on. If you get jumped on, you're not paying attention. You're not paying attention. There's very few fights that just happen completely out of the air with a sucker punch. And we covered how to be aware and defend a sucker punch back in lesson number 4. If you're paying attention, you'll know where you are at all times, and you'll be in a position to defend yourself at all times. You don't want to find yourself being pushed into the street, being pushed over a curb, being pushed over a car, or being trapped in a corner or something. Position yourself so that you're in a correct stance, in the correct position to do the best you can to win the fight. You know, I've seen a lot of fights in the bars, and almost always one of the guys gets crowded and pushed up against something. The other guy hits him or sucker punches him because he wasn't paying attention, he wasn't aware. You've got to put yourself in a position so that you are in the dominant place. If you're standing in a position like this, sideways, where you can rock back and come forward, you're a lot better off than if you're standing like this, drinking a beer. Now, once again, let me emphasize, it just happened out of the blue. Very few fights you're ever going to get into in the street just happen out of the blue. It's because you're not paying attention. They might just happen out of the blue to you, but they didn't happen out of the blue to the guys that were walking beside you, that were threatening you, that were waiting for you to come around the corner because you weren't paying attention. The same thing in a bar or a nightclub. Very few fights you're just standing there drinking a beer and someone comes up and hits you. Generally because you've been talking to his girlfriend, something's been happening that's going to provoke the fight. That means you were not paying attention to the situation, you were not controlling the situation to allow you to defend yourself with a knockout punch or a takedown on the first attack. Now, one more thing about a takedown. Stop getting the idea that you should take someone to the ground out there on the concrete unless you know how to fight on the ground and can immediately get on top and do the pounding and the submission. You don't want to be rolling around in the concrete when you don't know how to fight on the ground and when you're going to get all cut up. If you can learn a little bit of fighting on the ground, and it's going to take you a couple of years, sure, you can go to the ground, you can defend yourself. But other than that, try to get in a position that you can win the fight with a quick kick or a quick punch and not have to go and roll around and get cut up. This is tip number 8 with 10 things you need to know to win a fight. This is Grandmaster Ted Gambordella saying I'll see you soon.